What's up, everybody? This is Rob Shack. So today we're doing the next video, my Gran Turismo 4 walkthrough here. We are going to be using the Nissan, or, well, I don't actually know if it's Nissan, but the SIL 80, which is an interesting car. We're going to use it in the Japanese 90s Cup. So we're going to be doing that. An interesting thing about the SIL 80 is it is not tunable in Nissan. Kind of a weird little thing about this. But you can't tune it there. It only is tuned in the tuner market. So that's actually an interesting little, makes sense. But I kind of didn't expect that when I first picked this car up. And I was like, oh, you like literally can't, you have to use Amuse or like the Nissan brands in here, which is kind of weird. So anyway, yeah, so we'll be playing as the Nissan SIL 80 here. I'm going to tune it up a little bit just to make it a little bit easier. It's in the 90s, so there could be NSXs in this race. So I want to get this car up pretty high up in power. But yeah, we're using this car because I have the GTR LF road going version, which I could also use in this race, but I think I want to save that for a different race. Again, as I've talked about in my intros before, I want to use every car in this game that's a prize car in something that I can. Obviously, the tank car and the Nike car you can't use in anything. I don't know why they're even in this game. But, interesting. What is this? Turbine Kit Original. Turbine Kit Stage 4. I've never seen this before. Huh. I think I'm going to take it. I've never seen a level 4 before. Even though technically the other one has more power. Why not, right? Anyway, so yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I've already talked about that before. Only 8% of my viewers are subbed, so I'm hoping to get that number up a lot more. I'm going to stop doing tune-ups. I'm already at 415 horsepower, so that's pretty good. But yeah, only 8% of my viewers are subbed, and I would like for that to be a little bit higher, or a lot higher, actually, because that seems really low compared to what most other people, when they talk about when they send their subscriber stuff, they're always like, be one of the like 20%. And I'm like, I only have 7, so I think it needs to be higher. But obviously we're going through Gran Turismo 4. This is an amazing game. There's a lot to do in this game. It's interesting. I will definitely spend time reviewing this game at some point in the future, but I want to get far enough into the game to kind of make that a little bit more confirmed. You know, I think sometimes people give reviews, but then they don't have any of the gameplay of the game on their channel, and I'm like, yeah, I think if I was to look at a review of a game, I'd want to see if they played it, and that's what I do. So yeah. But yeah, we're going to be doing this. I definitely overshot this because there's only like crappy cars in this right now. There's a lot of Preludes and then a Mirage. So I'm going to be destroying everybody in this first one. I bet it'll be point valued 0 or 1. Oh, okay, 2. But yeah, so we'll start it off. This race will be normal. We'll just completely obliterate everybody since I've kind of talked more and done the tune-ups. But eventually, yeah, I'll probably do some AI fails, try to mess with the AI some on these videos, because again, it's just to make it somewhat more interesting. Because yeah, we obviously are just flying past everybody at the beginning here, and now we're in the lead. So I will rely on my intense commentary. I'm just kidding. No, I won't be commenting. I won't be intense. But yeah, so but yeah, we are using the Nissan SIL 80, or I guess I mean it is technically a Nissan in like every other game, but I think technically it's a weird like tuned version of it's a 180 SX with a Nissan Silvia S13 front, which is like, I'm surprised that they even made a car off of that, but I'm like, I guess that's kind of cool, you know. SIL 80, they named it that, is kind of cool. And so it is a unique car in that it's not really a Nissan, even though I mean, I don't see how it isn't a Nissan since it's made up of all Nissan parts. So I'm surprised that randomly in GT4 they like have it separate. Although I can't remember now that I think about it. I wonder if the SIL 80 is always kind of listed in a weird place in the previous games. I kind of like don't remember, but still cool. Still unique that they did that in this game. So, and the fact that it's only tuned up in the tuner village is kind of cool. And the fact that there even is a tuner village in this game is pretty sick. I bet everybody, I don't know if any of y'all are like me with this. I was so excited when when I saw the HKS was in this game because I was like, oh my gosh, the drag cars are back, and they're not. So I was really bummed about that. If y'all felt that same way about that with like me, let me know in the comments because I thought that was so funny. But yeah, this car's really fast, really really fast. Gets up almost to his red line. I didn't change the transmission at all. I only did the I just basically maxed out the car's speed. I could have lightened it too. I didn't quite finish all the parts. Also, technically, it's weird with this thing. The turbine original didn't give as much power as the level 4, but the level 4, the turbine's description talked about having the level 4 in there. So I'm like, it's kind of weird. But again, I don't know anything about cars, so if that's incorrect on Polyphy's part, let me know because I'm curious. But this car is really fast with 400 horsepower. 430, I believe, is how much it has exactly. So it's pretty quick. Apricot Hill Raceway is an amazing course as well. A lot of good straightaways to really get this car going. It's a very good car, though. The C80 is underrated. Very unique car, and it's cool that they even had this type of car in these games. I love that they had tuners. Again, Polyphony just knows what they're doing super well. Again, one of my few gripes of the later Gran Turismo games is there's a lot of cars that were like in Mugen and in Nismo in Gran Turismo 2 that never came back, and I was so curious about why they did that because I don't think those cars are made up. They're real cars, but for some reason they just removed certain cars from GT, the whole Polyphony series. I don't know why they did that, but they did, and it's strange. I would love to see the old Mugens come back and then actually have like a Mugen series in this game, like a one meg race where it's just like have a Mugen, have a Amus, like put races in this game that have all the unique brands in these games and bring back even they probably shouldn't bring back Vector. Vector kind of got canceled, so maybe not. But like a lot of good brands that were in GT2 that just never came back, and a lot of good cars in GT2 that never came back. And I'm just like, I miss those cars. I miss the like that Nismo Stagia, like the tuned version of the Stagia car, that minivan. And I'm like, that thing sounded awesome and looked so cool in the yellow and all that stuff. I'm like, you guys had some stuff going on in GT2 that I was such a fan of, and then they just never really brought them back. I don't feel like it would have been that hard. So, I don't know. Especially because most of those cars are just like palette. You could just almost start with a palette swap and then eventually work on like, making the car unique. But I don't know. Just food for thought I always think about with these games is I kind of wish that they brought back every car. Maybe they'll do that in 7 eventually. I don't know. So, we'll see. But thank you all so much for watching. I won't talk during the replay. I'll just let it go and I'll just kind of show all the AIs and what they're doing because there's definitely some discrepancies here in speed between the AIs. And a Prelude just made a pass on another Prelude or something. Everyone's passing each other at the end here, so let's see what happens. But thank you all for watching. We'll see how it goes. Peace.